The controversy of the Confederate flag has had a long and convoluted history, which came to a head in 2015 because of two critical events: the massacre of the Emanuel 9 and the vote in South Carolina. The Emanuel 9 refers to the June 17, 2015 massacre in Charleston, South Carolina, in which Dylan Roof, a 21-year-old white man, murdered 9 African-American parishioners at the Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church. Following the attack, it was discovered that Roof acted out because of his long history of extreme racism and beliefs of white supremacy. His motivations for his actions in Charleston were simple: his desire to ignite a race war. There are two very clear sides to the controversy. One side see the flag as a symbol of hatred, violence, and oppression.
A symbol of hate, I guess, to me. I mean, for what it means and what it stands for. I mean, why does it fly higher than the American flag?
The other see the Confederate flag as a symbol of history, patriotism, and family.
Represent to you?
My heritage. In 1861, South Carolina was the first state to stand up for its own rights. The history of that flag has so much to do with the Southern heritage, not slavery.
The hate-filled murderer who massacred our brothers and sisters in Charleston has a sick and twisted view of the flag. In no way does he reflect the people in our state who respect and in many ways revere it. Those South Carolinians view the flag as a symbol of respect, integrity, and duty. They also see it as a memorial, a way to honor ancestors who came to the service of their state during time of conflict. That is not hate, nor is it racism. At the same time, for many others in South Carolina, the flag is a deeply offensive symbol of a brutally oppressive past. As a state, we can survive, and indeed we can thrive, as we have done, while still being home to both of those viewpoints.
Today in South Carolina, it was an unexpectedly huge vote. In the Senate today in South Carolina, the vote was 37-3 to take down the Confederate flag from state capitol grounds.
We stand here on this historic moment giving thanks to all those people that cross party lines, that recognize that South Carolina needs to be in a better place, and we believe that we are in that better place.
The vote came after a lengthy and contentious debate. Governor Nikki Haley is expected to sign the measure into law when it arrives at her desk, which will likely be later on Thursday. The bill was passed on a 94-20 vote. It would remove the Confederate flag from State House grounds and move it to the Confederate Relic Room and Military Museum in Columbia.
In the press's attempts to cover the Confederate flag controversy, several common frames emerged. These frames, the selected aspects of a story that received the most focus, guide the way that the press told the story to the public and ultimately affects the viewer's perception. The Confederate flag controversy was often framed around morality, with subjects justifying their stance by defending the flag's historical importance, allowing them to deflect personal responsibility by grounding their views in history. In the sample, this appeared to be a more common tactic for pro-flag subjects than for anti-flag subjects.
What I don't understand is why this state senator is moving to do cultural genocide on the Southern men and women. I don't get that. Maybe he's not from the South. I don't really know him. But I can tell you, I'm going to fight.
So absurd, Mr. Hines.
The framing of the Confederate flag controversy in the media demonstrates some shortcomings of the American press. The attempted balance of pro- and anti-flag historical justification frames represents the problematic nature of objectivity in the news. The media creates an artificial balance by attempting to equally represent both sides of the argument, even if the true distribution of opinions is not in alignment. Is this perception of reality a true reflection of American values?
Do cultural genocide on the Southern men and women. I don't get that. Do cultural genocide on the Southern men and women. I don't get that.